Today, I want to tell you a story. It's a true story, actually, about a boy named Bucky, his canoe, and a bunch of ducks. Now, this all happened way back in 1967, but you know what? It teaches us something that's still super important, even today.
All right, so to get started, let's set the scene. We've got to meet Bucky and his family and see where this all takes place.
Okay, so picture this. It's the year 1967. Our main character is Bucky, though his friends just called him Buck back then, and he's in the 7th grade. And this was a really big year for his family because they were packing everything up and moving to a brand new house.
And this new house? It was in this gorgeous place called the Belvedere Lagoon. I mean, they lived right on the water. So, of course, the family got a canoe to paddle around and have some fun.
So, you know where this is going, right? Let's find out what happens one day when Bucky and his buddy decide to take that new canoe for a spin. All right, so one day after school, Bucky and his friend head out on the lagoon. No grown-ups around, just them in the canoe. And it was awesome at first. But after a little bit, just paddling back and forth started to feel, well, kind of boring. But then they spotted something to make things a little more exciting. A whole flock of mallard ducks. You know the ones. They have those bright, shiny green heads. So the boys thought, hey, let's go check them out. And that's how they invented a new game. It was simple, really. First, they'd paddle the canoe up close to the ducks. Then, right when they got close, whoosh, the ducks would all fly off to another part of the lagoon. So, what did the boys do? They'd paddle over to where the ducks landed. And then, the game would start all over again. To them, it was a blast. So in Bucky's mind, everyone was having a great time. Him, his friend, even the ducks. But they weren't the only ones watching. Someone from a house on the shore was looking out their window and they saw the whole thing very, very differently. Yep, a neighbor who really loved the local ducks saw what was happening. And to this neighbor, it didn't look like a game at all. It looked like chasing. So what did they do? They picked up the phone and called Bucky's dad, Elton. So when Bucky finally gets home, his dad is waiting for him, and he tells Bucky that the neighbor called to complain. The neighbor's exact word was that Bucky was tormenting the ducks. Whoa, tormenting. That's a pretty strong word, right? It's kind of like teasing, but worse. It means you're bothering someone or something on purpose, and it's not fun for them at all. And this is the whole point of the story, really. You have two people looking at the exact same thing, but seeing something totally different. From Bucky's point of view, it was a fun game for everyone. But from the neighbor's point of view, it was a kid being mean to animals for his own entertainment. So now Bucky's in a tough spot. The neighbor's mad, his dad's not happy. What's he gonna do? Now, in his heart, Bucky was totally sure he hadn't done anything wrong. He really, truly believed that it was just a game and that the ducks were playing along too. But even though he was positive he was right, he took a moment. He looked at his dad's face, and he made a choice. He decided that this was not the time to argue his case. So instead, he just said two simple words, "I'm sorry." And he said them even though deep down he didn't feel sorry at all. You know, that whole experience on the lagoon was a day Bucky never forgot. And his story leaves us with a really good question to ask ourselves. So here it is, and I want you to really think about this. Can you remember a time when you knew you were right about something, but you chose not to argue? You just let it go. It's a really tough thing to do, isn't it? But it's definitely something worth thinking about.